Now, the man who brought Paolo Di Canio to Swindon Town has been replaced as the club's chairman. Jeremy Wray has also resigned from the board.
Our sports reporter Alistair Durden is in Swindon at tonight's Speedway Grand Final. And Alistair, more on that in a moment, but first bring us up to date with today's action.
Well, Swindon announced earlier today that they had appointed a new chairman. His name's Sir William Patey, a former British ambassador. He's promising to bring in new investment to the club as well. And he's replaced Jeremy Wray. Now, that's a change that was made at the request of the club's major shareholder, Andrew Black. Now, I spoke with Jeremy Wray earlier today. He said he was disappointed by that decision, but understood if the club wanted to go in a different direction and maybe use a different set of skills. But what an 18 months he's had at the club, appointing Paolo Di Canio, who of course led the side to promotion in League Two last season. And now these two have had a very close working relationship, both publicly and financially. He's backed Di Canio, Jeremy Wray, through what has been a fairly colourful tenure, it's fair to say. And don't forget, the club is currently in this transfer embargo at the moment for overspending on fees and wages, and Di Canio's not been short in criticising that and being frustrated by that. So where does this leave the Italian now? He's lost his closest ally on the board. That's a question I put to Jeremy Wray earlier.
And I really hope it doesn't affect him, and I think that's important, and that's, you know, I'm under no illusions that's the most important question for fans. I think, you know, if we beat Scunthorpe on Saturday and go on and get a couple of results and beat Aston Villa in the cup, then it won't be long before people are saying Jeremy who, but the manager is absolutely key. And from his perspective, I think it's important he gets a chance to meet the new chairman at the earliest opportunity to build that relationship. If I'm going to give any advice to the new chairman, and I'd leave him to do his, you know, things his own way, I would simply say that Paolo respects honesty, loyalty, and someone who's upfront with him about anything. He'll deal with things as long as there is that honesty and integrity, and that is definitely the way I believe you should behave all the time anyway.
But you didn't feel you could stay on the board. Why was that?
No, I think to be honest, to be fair, in as much to Sir William coming on board, I think the relationship that I have with the manager, which is, you know, it's something that I'm proud of, and that is an important part and, in fact, crucial part of this club going forward. I would hate to be there potentially undermining any relationship that Sir William needs to build of his own with the manager. You know, it's absolutely key. I'm in no doubt that the relationship between manager and chairman in any football club is the most important relationship.
Is there a danger that they've asked Sir William to tighten the reins around Paolo, do you think?
As I say, I genuinely don't believe that's the case. I think there are other issues for why Andrew Black wanted to make a change. I don't necessarily agree, but I respect it. And I don't think they relate to Paolo. I think it's still important that Sir William builds his own relationship, as I said, and that will take time, but there's no reason, if that's successful, why Paolo wouldn't be as happy as he was before to keep working for Swindon.
So that's Jeremy Wray. Sir William Patey is the man who's replaced him, a former British ambassador in countries like Afghanistan and Iraq. So a seasoned diplomat, skills which may well come in handy in his new role.
Develop a good relationship with Paolo. I met him on Friday. We had a good chat. Unfortunately, he's gone off to Italy. He'll be back later, and I'll speak to him again later. Obviously, I'm not going to get off to the same good start that you know, Jeremy has. Jeremy has developed a good relationship with him, but I hope to do the same. It's important that the chair has a good relationship with the manager, and that the board as a whole supports the efforts of the manager in trying to deliver on the strategy.